Hi everyone, and thank you for clicking on my YouTube video. Today's video is going to be all of my personal favourite brunches in Dubai. I've lived here for 3 years now, coming up to 3 years, so I have done my fair share of brunches. I think one time I was really bored and I looked through my story highlights and I think I had done like 28 brunches or something that year, which was like kind of disgusting behaviour in terms of spending all my money on food and drinks. But anyway, I like to think that it was research just for this video, so you are so welcome. And I hope this setup is okay. It kind of looks like it's like a digital, you know, like those fake digital Zoom backgrounds, but it's not. I'm just at home, but I hope the lighting's okay. I wanted to get a bit of Dubai in the background. So yeah, please enjoy my view and I hope the lighting's okay. I just watched some of the videos back and I realised there's a really bad echo in here, so maybe I'll invest in a microphone for YouTube soon, but I'm really sorry about the echo. Anyway, it can't all be perfect, you know, we've got the view, you can deal with the echo. It is Friday here in Dubai, so it is the weekend. I am all glammed up and ready. I like to shoot my YouTube videos when I've got makeup on, and I'm actually heading to brunch right after this video, and I'll let you know which one very shortly. So yeah, I just thought this is the perfect time to shoot this video. Somebody did comment and request it, and I thought this was such a good idea, and I do want to do the same thing with like beach clubs, because I've got so many good recommendations for you for beach clubs in Dubai as well. So whether you are moving to Dubai or you live here and you need some inspiration, or you're coming on holiday, then these are my personal recommendations for brunches that you should definitely incorporate into your itinerary. I think it does have to be said as well that I don't know why, but I do feel like a lot of the brunches is just so popular with like British expats in Dubai. I think it's because we love like the concept of unlimited alcohol, which is very novel, because I think when I moved here I had never kind of had a brunch experience like that. I think they kind of more exist in places like Vegas, and here in Dubai they are mega popular, but even I have friends that have lived here for years that aren't British and they've never even like bothered with brunches, so I do think there is kind of a British expat in Dubai culture of going to brunch every Friday, you know, getting a new outfit, getting a big group of friends together, and going out together, especially for birthdays and occasions. And they are such a good thing to take people who are on holiday to, because the food is always amazing. The food everywhere in Dubai is just unreal, and they also always have such a good atmosphere, and you can tick off some really amazing bucket list type restaurants with incredible views and all that jazz. So let's get into it. So I've kind of angled this video for best brunches in Dubai for groups. That isn't to say that you wouldn't have an amazing time if you were in a couple or just with one friend, or even with your family, but I've kind of approached this as best brunches for groups, whether it's like a girl's holiday or someone's birthday or whatever it is. So the first brunch I'm going to talk about is the one that I'm actually doing today, and I'm very excited. It's about 11 AM now and the countdown is on until it starts at 1 PM, so I'm super excited. It is the brunch at the Made in Shanghai at 5 Palm Jumeirah. Now I feel like 5 Palm gets a bit of stick for being that typical British tourist place, and it is, you know, it is, I'm not gonna lie, it is, but I wanted to mention this one because I just feel like it is perfect. I wanted to mention this one because I just feel like it ticks every box, and if you have got someone visiting, whether it is parents or friends or whatever it is, I just feel like it's a really good one, because it's, the main thing is that it's got that wow factor Dubai feel, it's got an incredible view, and the food is great and the drinks are great, so I just feel like it's a really good all-rounder. So it is an Asian restaurant and they do like so much variety in their food, and they also have a really good vegan and vegetarian options. I've been as a meat eater and as a vegan more recently, and it has been really good both times, so I just think the food is really good. They have a cocktail list and I have tried every single cocktail. I think I've done this brunch a good 3 or 4 times. I've been I think 3 times when it was run by Candy Pants, which always do good events, but now it is just a event that's kind of run and managed by the hotel. So, and it's still like the quality hasn't changed. I would just say that the crowd has kind of changed, and I think when it was Candy Pants, it was a little bit kind of younger, kind of a lot of like Emirates girls and teachers and things like that, but now it's kind of a bit more varied, you know, hotel guests as well. But the atmosphere is really good. Like, I think you could take anyone there and they would enjoy it. It's definitely a party atmosphere. It's, you know, there's usually a DJ. Obviously with COVID restrictions and stuff, they've kind of had to make amendments to it to follow the government guidelines, but there's usually a DJ, and they also have 1 hour of the brunch, which is unlimited champagne as well. So I feel like that's really unique, because I don't know any other, I've never been to another brunch that does that, and I think that's really fun, and especially for a celebration, I just think that's a really good option. I'm gonna put all the details for like the prices and things in the description. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I really wish it was a sponsored video, but it's not a sponsored video. I just think this is going to be helpful to you if you're planning your holiday, or if you're planning your weekends in Dubai. So yeah, but I'll just put all the info that you'll need in the description so that it's easy for you to find. And I'm going to also add in some footage of the brunch into this video and put a little voiceover to it or something. Not sure how I'm going to do it, but just so that you can see what I'm talking about. It's got that amazing view. You'll get that amazing Instagram picture. The food and the drinks are amazing. So I think this brunch, I've done it as a date brunch with just my boyfriend, but I think it's best enjoyed as a group. Okay, so the next brunch that I want to mention, and I feel like, you know, it's a good brunch when a Dubai girl picks it as her birthday brunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, birthdays are special in Dubai, and we, you know, me and my group of friends, we've been here a while, so we've tried our fair share, like I said. And one that's really stood out in the past 6 months was one that we did for my flatmate Kirsty's birthday, and it was the Nikki Beach brunch. And Nikki Beach is hands down one of the most stunning places in Dubai, and definitely the most stunning sunset ever. So I recommend it for the beach club and the ladies' day and all that anyway, but then we thought we'd try the brunch. So they have a restaurant, and it's still really nice because you still see all the beach club, and you can kind of go down to the sea. Like, after the brunch, we were like, had a few drinks and went out onto the beach, and like the sun was setting and it was really stunning. But yeah, it wasn't beachwear. We were kind of in, you know, our dresses, we were seated. It was kind of inside, outside. It was kind of covered over, but outside. And it was in the winter, so it was perfect weather. And we were just literally blown away by the food. I wasn't vegan at this point, so I'm not sure, I can't say on terms of vegan and vegetarian options, but I can say that the food was incredible, and we did have the most amazing like seafood platter, and oh my god, it was all just stunning. And we were just like having really nice rosé wine, and it was just amazing. And the shisha, I remember, was really reasonably and the shisha as well, I remember, was really reasonably priced. I think it was like 120 dirhams or something, so I think that's quite good, especially if you're just in a big group. So yeah, that was another one that really ticked all my boxes. You know, you've got an amazing view with the beach and the sunset, and you get that amazing pic. It's got a really nice party atmosphere. There's something that stood out to me about this one was how good the service was. And I think when you're paying, you know, a substantial amount of money for a day brunch, you don't want anything less than amazing service. So yeah, I think that is my number 2. These aren't in order, by the way, but I just feel like I'm just saying a good few options, and then you can go forth and choose your perfect brunch. So yeah, if you like seafood, sunsets and rosé and amazing service, then I think Nikki Beach brunch is the place for you. Next up, it would not be a brunch roundup in 2021 without mentioning secret parties. I think I've tried, oh my god, have I tried every single one? Yeah, I think I've tried every single secret parties brunch. So secret parties are an events group that run brunches all over Dubai and ladies' nights and things like that. But the one that well, there's actually two. I'm going to mention two of them, but they are all good. So if you're looking for kind of a safe bet, I would go there, especially if you're kind of younger, in a group. You know, these are the brunches that I think you'll have seen lots of your peers kind of holidaying on Instagram. This is where everyone is, I think. And they pick really good venues. So I think that's definitely something to bear in mind. The two that stand out to me, and I've done one of them once, but I still want to mention it because it was just blew me away. And then I've done another one 3 times, I think, 3 or even 4 times. So I'll start with Secret Garden Brunch, and this is at the Flare number 5 in DIFC. We actually also did this for a birthday celebration, and then we also did their Halloween edition. So it's always fun to have a themed brunch. But they are good no matter what weekend it is you're doing. So what stood out to me for this one was the service. Again, we had a really amazing waiter that was just literally, our glasses were never empty. Anything we wanted, we were brought. It was fabulous. And then it's always a really good atmosphere at these brunches. And I'm kind of talking about pre-COVID, because obviously it's different when you can kind of get up and dance and, you know, everybody's kind of mingling. But even when it was Halloween and COVID times, we were in a big group and it was still a really good atmosphere. So the food is really good. It's kind of all sharer style, but yeah, really, really good and really varied. So that was great. There was also really good vegetarian options, so that's another tick. And then in terms of cocktails, there's a really good selection, and they're all like proper cocktails. I don't like it when you go to a brunch and it's kind of, you're limited to just mixed drinks or kind of rubbish cocktails. So yeah, that's a big one for me. So all of these brunches I'm mentioning have good cocktails. So yeah, that's at the Ritz in DIFC, and then they've also do another one in that same hotel, which is Secret Brunch at the Ritz. And we went one time, and oh my god, just speaking as a vegetarian, it was so good because all the food looks amazing. You know, there were sushi platters and everything, but then they also brought out a whole separate kind of selection for me as a vegetarian, which I just thought was really good. The whole group loved all of the food, so that was amazing. The cocktails, again, it's very similar to the other one, so they were all great. You know, we were having like espresso martinis, a really nice pink gin cocktail. So yeah, there was just so much to choose from, which was great. And for this one, we didn't dress up, but we also saw other groups kind of dressing up because it's a 20s themed brunch, which I thought is such a fun idea. We saw like other big groups that had like balloons for birthdays and stuff. So I just think that is a really cool and fun idea to do as a birthday. So yeah, I'm going to see if I've got more footage from this brunch to kind of show you and see so that you can see like the vibe. The thing with these two is that it's got less of a kind of wow factor view, or you kind of feel like, it does feel like Dubai, but you could be anywhere because they're kind of more, they're not indoor venues, they're like indoor and outdoor. So, but you'll see from the video, it's kind of a different, you know, you don't have that kind of wow view. So if you're a tourist or if you're not here for a long time, then I'd maybe say pick one of the ones that's got a bit more of like a view of Dubai or something, so that you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting amazing food and drink, and you're getting a nice view. Okay, next on the list is a real foodie one, and I've also got a nice little story because this is actually the first brunch that I did in Dubai ever. So I was new to the concept of brunches, and this one really blew my mind because the food is just so incredible. So this was pre-COVID, this was a couple of years ago, and it was a buffet style. So obviously you're kind of wandering around and everything's buffet style, and honestly there is so much option, like ridiculous. There's a whole room just for desserts, and it's just full of like chocolates and stuff, and there's like a donut wall, but the mains are really good as well. I remember I was having like salmon Wellington, which was amazing, like curries and stuff. They were really good. There were shots available, like, which isn't common for a brunch. So the drinks were great as well. There was like all these little cocktail stands all around the brunch. So it was such a social brunch, so that was really nice. There was also like an area for beer pong, and I actually met my boyfriend at this brunch, which is just really funny. We literally met over some tequila shots, about to play beer pong, or prosecco pong if you're me, because I don't drink beer. But yeah, so it was just like a really, really fun atmosphere and very social, and I have done it a couple of times, and the food is just always so good. But it is not currently running. But I've just checked their Instagram and it says they're looking forward to welcoming us back soon. So I think that's a good sign. I think it's just because of a COVID thing, they're not running it at the moment, but it's at the JW Marriott Marquis in Dubai. So I think definitely let's keep our eye out for when that will be open again, because it's such a good one. This is one that I also took my friends to when they were visiting Dubai. And it was just really good atmosphere. Like, there's clearly a lot of different kind of people there, so that was kind of nice. I would also be like definitely up for taking my family to that kind of brunch as well. It's kind of a good mix of people, so yeah, it was just a really, really good atmosphere, and it had to have a mention. And the other one that I was kind of tossing between mentioning and not mentioning, like I do enjoy it, but I think because I've done it so many times, I wouldn't do it again. But I did want to mention it because I do think it's worth mentioning, and that is the STK Branches. So I would recommend the one at the STK downtown on a Friday afternoon, because that venue is so much nicer than the STK in JBR. So yeah, I think that's a first thing, is choose the downtown one. It's just got a really nice like open feel to it, and the food is really nice. Like, if you've been to an STK, then you know like what the food is. It's always good. I haven't been as a vegan though. As vegetarian, I have been and had enjoyed the vegetarian options. I think it's a risotto, but they change it quite often. And then obviously the steak is really good if you're a meat eater. The drinks are good, and I think what's good about that one is that if you're celebrating, it's kind of like quite a civilized brunch for like the first 2 hours, but then like after the 3rd hour, they like crank the music up, and all the waiting staff like go up on the tables and like dance with you. Which is obviously just like very fun, and they've got like dancers and performers, so it's just like a good atmosphere. And I think if you're looking like for a more kind of yeah, like drinking brunch, then I think that's a good one. Obviously the food is good, but it's not it's kind of like, you know what you're gonna get. And the other thing is the downtown one has a really great view of the Burj Khalifa if you're kind of outside. I don't think you can do the brunch outside, but you can definitely just like go and have a look at the Burj Khalifa and get some pics. So I think also if you're a tourist or visiting, that's another good option for you. And I think that's all of the brunches I wanted to mention. And I do realise that this is kind of like a premium level of brunches. Like, these are not brunches that you'd necessarily do every weekend, because they are quite expensive. You know, they're kind of 400 dirhams approximately, which is not kind of, well, if you can afford that every weekend, then great. But I think it's definitely, they are worth it because they're such a like treat, especially for a birthday or a holiday. But let me know in the comments if you think I should do something that's a little bit more budget friendly. I could maybe do like my best budget spots in Dubai, because I definitely know a good few deals as well. Yeah, let me know. And I think I'm also going to do one for beach clubs and beaches, because I love going to the beach. It's one of my favorite things about being here, is just being able to walk out and going to the beach. So I think, yeah, let me know in the comments what you'd want me to do specifically, but next will be the beach clubs one. So yeah, let me know how you found this video. Was it interesting to you? Have you tried any of the brunches that I mentioned? Do you disagree with me? Because that's fine. I'm sure if you leave any other recommendations in the comments, then I'm sure everyone else watching will be really interested to read those as well. It's always great to have different points of view. So yeah, let me know your favorite brunches in the comments, and maybe there'll be a few that I haven't tried yet, so I'll go and test them out. I'm also doing weekly Dubai vlogs on my channel now. They're going up every Monday, so please go and check them out. I'm trying to keep them very interesting by trying lots of different fun things to do in Dubai every week. When you're watching this video, I think I'll be about to post this week's, which will also feature the brunch that I'm doing this afternoon at the Made in Shanghai. So definitely go check that out. I also have previous ones of like the Nikki Beach one, and I think Halloween as well. So yeah, go and check out my Dubai vlogs if you're interested in Dubai life. If you're following me on Instagram already, then thank you, but if not, be sure to go and check out my Instagram and also my TikTok. I'm super active on my TikTok with my mini day in the life vlogs. So if you're enjoying my content, let me know, and if not, let me know what you want to see more of. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.